The Tower of Languages. Chapter 1, The Mysterious Notebook. It was a rainy afternoon. Alex, a curious student of languages, walked into an old bookstore near his school. The store smelled of dusty books and wooden shelves. "Hello," Alex said to the owner, an elderly man with kind eyes. "Do you have anything unusual?" The owner smiled and pointed to a small table. "Take a look," he said. On the table, Alex saw a worn, leather-bound notebook. It was covered with strange symbols and handwriting in different languages. Curious, Alex picked it up. "What is this?" he whispered. Inside the notebook, there were short messages written in English, Spanish, French, and even Japanese. One message caught his eye: "Solve the riddle and unlock the Tower of Languages." "Tower of Languages?" Alex said aloud. His heart began to race. "What does this mean?" He flipped the pages. There was a mix of drawings, maps, and more riddles. One page had a short phrase written in bold letters: "The first key is hidden where the sun rises." Alex tried to make sense of the words. Where the sun rises. Is it the east? Or does it mean something else? He looked at the bookstore owner, but the man simply smiled and walked away. What would you do? Alex asked himself. Would you try to solve it? As he closed the notebook, a folded piece of paper fell out. It had a symbol he had never seen before. Beneath the symbol, it said, "Time is running out." Alex felt a chill. He knew this was no ordinary book. He had to act. But where would he start? The first key was waiting, but where? What do you think Alex should do next? Try saying it aloud. Alex should find the key. Chapter 2, The First Clue. Alex entered the small cafe. The smell of coffee filled the air. Sophia sat at a table, her books and notebooks spread out in front of her. She looked up and smiled when Alex walked in. "Did you bring it?" Sophia asked. "Yes," Alex said, pulling the journal from his bag. He placed it on the table, and Sophia opened it carefully. "This is incredible," Sophia said, pointing to a phrase. "It's written in Italian. Can you read it?" Alex shook his head. "No, I can't." "Can you?" Sophia nodded. "Yes. Listen, la chiave è nel passato." Say it with me, la chiave è nel passato. Alex hesitated, then repeated, la chiave è nel passato. "Good," Sophia said. "It means the key is in the past." "But what does it mean? What key? What past?" Alex leaned closer. "I don't know. But there's a map here." He flipped to the next page. "It shows a place in Florence." "Florence?" Sophia said. "Why Florence? What are we looking for?" Alex shrugged. "I don't know. But I need to go there. Will you come with me?" Sophia paused. "Yes, I'll come. But first, we need to prepare. Let's practice some Italian." She wrote down a phrase. "Repeat after me, dove si trova la chiave?" Alex repeated, dove si trova la chiave? Again, Sophia said. Dove sai trova la chiave? Dove sai trova la chiave? Alex said, this time more confidently. Perfect. Sophia smiled. Let's plan our trip. But as they spoke, Alex noticed something. A figure stood outside the cafe, watching them. When Alex turned to look, the figure disappeared. Did you see that? Alex whispered. Sophia's smile faded. No. What did you see? Alex's voice was tense. Someone was watching us. Chapter 3, Echoes of the Past. Alex and Sophia arrived at the ruins just as the sun was setting. The golden light painted the old walls in shades of orange and red. The mural stood tall, cracked and faded, but still holding secrets. This must be it, Alex whispered, his voice trembling with excitement. Look here, Sophia said, pointing at strange symbols mixed with words in different languages. It's a message. But it's not complete. We need to understand this to move forward. Alex ran his fingers over the stone. I see English, Spanish, and something else. Is it Latin? He asked, looking at Sophia. Sophia nodded. Yes, but also something older. This part says, the key is in the language of the past. What does that mean? Shadowing moment. Sophia repeated slowly, the key is in the language of the past. Can you say it too? Audience, repeat out loud, the key is in the language of the past. Alex looked confused. How do we find this key? And what language is it talking about? Suddenly, a shadow moved behind them. Alex turned quickly. Did you see that? He asked. Sophia shook her head, but her face was pale. Let's focus on the mural, she said firmly, trying to hide her fear. They worked together, matching the symbols to words they knew. Wait, Alex said, this part says speak the truth. Maybe we need to say something aloud. What truth? Sophia asked, glancing nervously around. And why does it feel like we're being watched? Alex hesitated. I don't know, but I think we're close to solving this. Before they could continue, a deep voice echoed from the darkness. You should not be here.
Ei, você! Eu sei, eu estou interrompendo os seus estudos, mas olha, eu tenho uma lembrança importante para você. Eu vou deixar aqui embaixo na descrição desse vídeo um link com a mensagem 105 palavras mais frequentes para você baixar. Essas palavras são para o idioma inglês, espanhol, japonês, italiano, francês e mandarim. Essas 105 palavras foram cuidadosamente selecionadas para ajudar você a acelerar o seu aprendizado e tornar os seus estudos ainda mais eficientes. São as palavras mais usadas no dia a dia. Baixe agora mesmo e comece a usar essas palavras em suas práticas diárias. Clique no link da descrição, baixe as palavras e continue os seus estudos ainda muito mais motivado.
Chapter 4, The Tower of Languages. Alex and Sophia stood in front of the towering structure. The Tower of Languages looked ancient, with its walls covered in strange symbols and words from many languages. This is it, Alex whispered. The tower. Sophia nodded. Are you ready? Remember, this is not just about words. It's about understanding. The large wooden door creaked as Alex pushed it open. Inside, the air was cold and silent. On the floor was a glowing inscription in English, "Say the word that connects us all." What connects us all? Alex asked aloud. He looked at Sophia. Do you know the answer? Sophia thought for a moment and smiled. Try saying love. Alex stepped forward and said confidently, love. The floor began to glow brighter. The door behind them closed, and another door in front of them opened. It worked! Alex exclaimed. The next room was filled with symbols and letters floating in the air. A voice echoed, match the words to their meaning. On one side of the room were basic words like hello, food, water, family, friend. On the other side were images, a smiling face, a plate, a glass, a group of people, two people shaking hands. Alex pointed to the word water. This one matches the glass. He moved it toward the image, and it clicked into place. It works, he said, grinning. Keep going, Sophia urged. They matched hello with the smiling face and family with the group of people. But just as they were about to finish, the room began to shake. What's happening? Alex shouted. The voice returned, you are not alone. Someone else is here. Alex and Sophia turned toward the door they had entered. Who could it be? Alex asked, his heart racing. Chapter 5, The Great Revelation. Alex and Sophia stood in the crumbling room, their eyes fixed on the final message. The air was thick with dust, and the walls trembled as if the tower itself was alive. Read it, Alex, Sophia urged. Her voice was steady, but her eyes betrayed her fear. Alex wiped the dirt from the message carved into the stone. The words were written in several languages, but the meaning was clear. He read aloud slowly, the key to understanding is not just words. It is connection. Connection? Sophia repeated, her voice rising with curiosity. What does that mean? Maybe it's about people, Alex said. Language is more than grammar or words. It's how we share our lives. Do you think Alex is right? What do you believe makes communication powerful? Take a moment to think about it. As Alex spoke, the room shook harder. A hidden door opened behind the wall. They stepped through it cautiously and found themselves in a glowing chamber. In the center, there was an ancient book. It seemed to pulse with energy. Sophia reached for it, but Alex hesitated. Wait, he said. What if this book holds more than answers? What if it's a test? What do you mean? Sophia asked. Alex thought for a moment. If we take it, we might uncover the secret to all languages. But should we? What if it's dangerous? What would you do in Alex's place? Would you open the book or leave it untouched? Sophia took a deep breath. We've come this far, Alex. Let's see what's inside. As they opened the book, the light grew brighter. Suddenly, everything went silent. The last page had a single word written on it, listen. And then, the room went dark. Cliffhanger, what does listen mean? Why did the room go dark? What will Alex and Sophia discover next? Chapter 6, A New Beginning. Alex stood at the edge of the stage. The bright lights made it hard to see the audience, but he could feel their presence. Hundreds of people waited for him to speak. His heart raced, but he took a deep breath. This was his moment. "Hello, everyone," Alex began. "Do you believe that language can connect us?" He paused, scanning the crowd. "I didn't always think so. But now, I know it's true." He held up the notebook, the one that started his journey. "This book taught me something important. Learning a language isn't just about words. It's about people. It's about understanding each other." Alex stepped closer to the edge of the stage. "Let me ask you, how many of you have tried to learn a new language?" He raised his hand, encouraging the audience to do the same. "Was it hard? Did you want to give up?" The crowd murmured, nodding their heads. "I know how that feels," Alex said. "But I discovered a way to make it easier. And now, I want to share it with you." He clicked a button, and a large screen lit up behind him. It showed a map of the world, with words in different languages glowing across it. "This is the Tower of Languages project," Alex explained. "It's a place where anyone, anywhere, can learn a language and connect with others." He paused, letting the idea sink in. "But," Alex said, his voice dropping lower, "there's one last mystery. One last secret in this notebook. I need your help to solve it." The audience leaned forward, curious. "Will you join me?" Alex asked, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Cliffhanger, the screen flickered, and a new message appeared. "The final key lies where the first word was spoken."